Okay, so we are going to talk about Pandora because we didn't do it yesterday because we were in such a hurry because we were so excited the whole time. We went to Flight of Passage 3 times and we did the Navi River journey twice, and that song is stuck in my head, at least still to today. So Carol, what did you think of the Navi River journey?
The Navi River journey to me was like a nice way to relax. I would have liked it more if they would have at least had, in some parts of it, they would have shown flying ekrons or stuff like that. But it was nice. It was a nice ride. It shows you everything. Like it connects to the movie, even though it shouldn't connect to the movie.
That's true too. I mean,
and the part with Iwa was very nice, which is the song that Diane's talking about. That she keeps playing.
The turtle's not there.
Yeah, so the song you hear mostly when the shaman is there, and the shaman is pretty big. I expected the shaman to be bigger. With everybody talking about how big the shaman was, I honestly expected the shaman to be bigger. But they're still 9.5 feet tall.
Now, my question for you guys with that, was it fluid, the movements? Like, or did you notice that it was animatronic?
No, it's very fluid. She's like this.
And the voice recording matches up to the way she speaks, right? Because I saw some videos and I'm like, it looked like it was off.
Well, that could be possibly if they cut and snip their
for monetization and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but it was good because the first time we switched on the boat, we switched both rides so we could see it from both sides, and we could give our feedback. So I think it was good voice wise. It really did sound like the way it did, like they're supposed to sound.
And it's kind of short, but I feel like it's short after I wrote it again. But when you write it the first time, you don't know when it's going to end, so you're like, ooh. But I feel like it's kind of short, which is good because then the wait times won't be that long.
Yeah,
I think.
And I have another question. Is it true that it's not handicap accessible? Like, there's no wheelchair boats?
I didn't see any wheelchair boats, like the ones that the wheelchairs actually go into.
Yeah, because I heard that they don't have those.
Yeah,
I didn't see those.
The 3 boats I saw in front of the one we rode and the one before and the one after didn't have that for wheelchairs.
Unless they're adding them. Like right now, maybe they have some out and then they're going to be adding more boats.
Maybe.
Who knows? Flight of Passage.
Woo!
So Flight of Passage was amazing. We went on 3 times. Now the first time we got the bottom floor, and we'll tell you about that in a minute. The bottom floor with the seats 1 and 2.
I thought we were in the middle floor with seats 1 and 2.
I think there's only 2 floors.
No.
1 and 2.
No, because remember we went down the ramp the third time. That first time we were on the level, and the next time we walked up the stairs. So I really think
we were in the middle.
We were like somewhere in the middle the first time on 1 and 2.
Maybe, because I know when I looked to the side, it was just the 2, but maybe I just couldn't see underneath us. That could be it. But so wherever it was, we were not the top, because I know there was somebody above us. So in 1 and 2, that one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think for that one, what did we say was better on that one?
For that one, what I was saying is a lot of parts of the whole show you get to see it because you're like at an angle a little bit better. I would say you don't feel the water as much.
Yeah,
so if you don't
don't
want to get wet, I say being on seats 1 and 2 is the way to go because you don't get wet.
Yeah, the water effects are definitely not as good on seats 1 and 2.
Which is a good thing because sometimes you don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
Do you get to choose your seat?
No.
You could tell them if you don't want to get wet. Hey, you don't want to.
Yeah, you probably, it's the same as Soarin'. Like Soarin', the best seats are top middle. So you could probably ask and say, hey, can I wait for XYZ seats? So actually when we were there, they had seats that weren't working. So they said, okay, how many people are in your party? Your seats 1, 2, then these other people were 7, 8, and so there were some seats that weren't working. And they had things on them.
We don't know if it's because of the connection uplink to your avatar.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
But Okay, so that was 1 and 2. Then we did 11 and 12.
No, 15 and 16.
Oh, 15 and 16. My bad. So we did 15 and 16, which was on the top. That one we were on the top floor
Yes.
that time. So that side, now for me, I feel like if you're all the way on the right-hand side on 15 and 16, there's a part of the screen that is kind of messed up.
I agree. I thought at first it was because my contacts were dry.
Yeah.
But when I spoke to you about it, you're not wearing contacts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
And I thought it was the glasses, but then when we went again and we were on 5 and 6, I looked up on the side and you could see the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like as if the 3D effects were off. I don't know if they're going to fix that, but the water effects were better on 15 and 16.
I don't think
So
they
they
were
were
the
on-
best, though. I
No.
think the best were 7 and 8.
5 and 6.
5 and 7 and 8.
Well, we were on 5 and 6, so
No,
5 and
only
6, 7 and 8.
8.
We weren't in the second set.
Yeah,
We were in the
no,
first
we were in
set.
the first set. There's only 2 sets. We were in the last part of the second of the set. We were on 7 and 8.
Oh, we wanted 5 and 6.
We wanted 5
Okay.
and 6, but remember 5 was down or 6 was down, and he moved us over,
Yeah.
and we were in 7 and 8.
Oh, okay, so we were on 7. So we
Good
were
to
on
remember
1 and 2, 15, 16, 7 and 8.
7 and
Okay.
8 were absolutely the best.
The best ones.
Best ones.
Now, were you in the middle floor or the top floor?
That time we were at the. I would say we were at the bottom. That time.
I don't remember that.
And it was, you feel the effects even more because I don't know if maybe whatever's throwing out the effects are closer, but you can smell everything. I felt like I could smell it better.
At that point, I couldn't smell, so I couldn't tell you that.
Everything smelled more, and the water
You
was
felt.
better. It was better than 15 and 16, and it is very different than 1 and 2. Like,
Yeah.
you
So-
actually felt the water.
Yeah, the water I didn't really
My
feel much on 1 and 2. Which
Question
is,
for you would be, I seen the video of what the flight of passage looks like. Now, you say you feel the water when you're going
through the
the
waterfall.
part. Now, my question for you would be, though, is it the fact that because you're going through the water, so you're closer to the water in the bottom, and they try to give you that effect? Like,
Could be.
if you're higher up, you're further from the water. If you're lower, you're
Maybe.
closer to the water.
Could be.
To
but
give it the fact, like, as if you're flying on multiple Banshees all together.
Could be.
That
but
could be.
when we were on 15 and 16, we were on a higher floor. We don't know if it's the highest.
Yeah, but if you were on the highest floor, though, if you were on the far right-hand side,
But
that's where the water is going around you.
yeah, but
That's
exactly,
true,
we were
too.
piping. So if we were like what's called like piping on a surf, the water should have been over us, so we should have felt it more closer to our foreheads.
Yeah, it was more like this.
It was more like impacting like my chin.
Yeah.
My chin and my nose.
I wonder if it comes through the seat.
Maybe.
Yeah, could have been.
That would make sense because there's nothing in front of you.
Right.
So yeah, it probably
So
does
seats
come
is
through the
probably
seat.
stuck on top.
Yeah, it could be. One thing I didn't like was the fan they have blowing in your face. Remember I was explaining
Yeah.
to you, there's a fan that sits on the console where you hold on to,
Right.
and the fan blows upward. And if you wear contacts like myself,
It's going to dry your eyes
it
out.
dries your eyes, and you're constantly blinking. You don't want to blink that much because you're trying to see the ride. So on my third event on the ride, I decided to put my hand, I decided to be daring, and I took one hand off my Banshee, and I put it on top of the fan, and made everything better. Like, I would move my hand
Sorry.
when necessary and do what I had to do.
I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. On the Flight of Passage, my first ride on the Flight of Passage, very first ride, I was like in awe of this entire ride. As soon as it started and you kind of like go off the edge, I screamed.
Spoilers.
Oh please, people look at it online.
We're giving you real life experiences.
Yeah, I screamed, so that was one. But because I did not expect it to feel like that.
Did anybody else scream or no?
There were other people on the third ride. The third ride we were on, people way more active.
I would kind of like howling and making sounds. Like, I don't know, at that point it was pump it up time, I gotta pump up this crowd. The first time I tried to get people to do the wave, they didn't want to.
Yeah, no, they weren't feeling it.
So continue with your first moment.
So there's a part which is also where you feel the Banshee breathe the most.
Oh, I forgot to
Where
smell it.
where you are about to see like Awa and the area with all the bioluminescence, and at that point I started to tear up like a weirdo, because and then right after that I was like, okay, this is beautiful, you smell the, I don't know what it is, I guess it's like the nature, the flowers, whatever it is, like you smell that, and it was like really like emotional. Not really emotional, but you feel something. I can't even describe what you feel in there.
They see you.
They see me. I see you.
You become one with the
with Awa. And
I guess I was singing the song.
yeah, right. Awa. So then you go out and you see sort of like a sunset and whatnot. So at that point it's still like so thrilling, and I started like really tearing up because I was thinking about the fact that as a pass holder I was able to be part of a preview, and how awesome it is that Disney was even able to make something like this, and I thought it was really cool. LA himself teared up during Flight of Passage, but only on the first one. After that, I kind of knew what I was doing and what I was getting into.
I was worried about her because I see her come with her eyes wet, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" Like, I didn't know what happened. Maybe something happened to her. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, I took all this in. It's just so beautiful."
It really is, though.
And can I explain to you, right? So after we had that mini combo. I thought about it, and when we got on it again. Like, at that time, I didn't want to see, like, the whole screen. I just sat there and kind of, like, took everything in. I didn't cry, but you do feel something because of the smell and the sounds you hear. And it makes you think, these are all your senses that kind of, like, help you feel something, So I did feel...
You did it? You felt it?
I felt something, yeah.
You felt AOSC?
One of you went deep, and the other one just took it even deeper.
Right? But I don't know what it is in there, but
No, but it wasn't only there. It was like the whole ride. And that point of the ride, also because we had the blurriness, I was like, all right, I'm not going to look. I'm just going to enjoy what I could feel. Not like what I'm looking at, but what I'm feeling. So I could feel my Ecron breathing on my kneecaps.
Yeah. Because that part's pretty cool.
It breathes, and you feel it going in and out, like the breathing and the compressions of the diaphragm, I think we would call it, right?
Yeah.
And then you hear him, he's like snorting, and you hear the sounds of the people making, and then we went into the AWA portion. But even with the rain, like when we went into we were piping on the waterfall, it wasn't even, like, you just feel all this. So I wasn't looking at that point, because a lot of people are like, oh, what happens if you can't see, or those glasses, people wear glasses, or like, people have vision issues, and they're like worried they can't enjoy it because they can't see it. But I don't think seeing is the only thing you need. You gotta kind of feel it too.
Yeah, you do. You have to feel it. Please hold, we're lost. All right, so that was Flight of Passage. So we were talking about Flight of Passage. So overall, Flight of Passage was awesome. I would go on Flight of Passage 1,000 times. As for size, it probably is not very tall people friendly, because I know even for me, and I'm short, you had to like put your feet all the way up to the edge of the thing to get your legs in. They go, don't sit on it like a chair, sit on it like a bike, something like that.
No, not like a bike. Sit on it like a chair.
Oh.
Because what happens is with a bike, we always tend to lean forward, and we push our calves back and our thighs raise. So they wanted you to basically sit like you were sitting on the A train on the subway when you think you have all the space in the world, but you don't. Like in the middle seat with your legs out, that's how they wanted you to sit.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Flight of Passage was awesome. We got some sort of other sequence that happened in one of ours.
We have a video.
Yeah, it's like a standby, which we didn't get in the first two, and we also didn't get the Parasite one. So.
Oh, you didn't get the Parasite?
No, we didn't get the Parasite one at all.
We thought we were.
We thought we were, yeah. When it said we were going into standby, I was just like, oh, cool, we're going to get this Parasite now. It just literally just said standby. So that was that. Now let's talk food and drinks. So, first drinks, because that's the first thing we had. I had the multicolored slushy drink with the boba balls on top. it was so tart. Like, not like insanely tart with the point I couldn't drink it, but it was very tart. I wasn't like a huge fan of it. I thought it was going to be better. I like the boba ball, so that's my new thing.
So Diane had passion fruit bobas on top, which I kind of love passion fruit. That drink has it. However, her drink was tart with a twist of sweet, and it was missing vodka. That type of drink needs to be alcoholic. I feel those flavors should not go without being alcoholic.
Yeah, it did require something, probably alcohol. Alcohol makes everything better. But Carol had the alcoholic beverage. Which was yours? A strawberry margarita or blood orange margarita?
Okay, so it was strawberry blood orange margarita with strawberry bubbles in the top. Like I said to Diane, I said I would have preferred to have the bubbles on top a different flavor, because it's just too much strawberry. The strawberry was impacting. It has Swazzle tequila on it, and if you don't like tequila and you don't like Swazzle, don't get it, because that tequila you have to have a taste for it. Swazzle.
I was able to taste the tequila.
I really think I should get this shirt, and I really want to get it for you as well.
What?
I work to support my Disney addiction.
Yes. Hashtag my life. So, food in Pandora.
Yeah.
I got the cheeseburger pods. I was not a huge fan. I thought they were going to taste different. To me, they tasted like White Castle. Like, to me, they legit tasted like White Castle. And the outside of it was just so much bread. It could have used a little bit more of that sauce, and I couldn't taste at one point. So when they gave me the sauce, it was like, it was just for texture. But I don't know. I don't think I'll get those cheeseburger pods again. But Carol had the veggie pods, and she said those were good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. For a person who's not a big fan of getting vegetables, the guy said the vegetable pods were better, and I'm not gonna lie to you. After hearing Diane's take on what they were, the vegetable pods were better because they already had flavor and everything, and they taste good. And I got a side of what is their ranch sauce, and veggies with ranch always taste awesome.
Yeah, so if you ask, they'll give you the sauces that come with the salads. So there's 3 different ones. There's a chimichurri,
There's
some black bean, I think, what the other one was.
Black bean sauce, and it's like a ranch.
And the other one is like a ranch. So you could ask. They won't give it to you automatically.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We're back. We found our way. Anyway, so Pandora, the land itself. So it is pretty small. Like, I honestly was shocked as to how small the land itself was. There's not much in it. There's literally just the 2 rides, the canteen next to the ride, the space for face painting, the drums, and the floating mountains. That's really it. Most of the land is the rides itself. So that's that. But that also, I wonder if that means that the park itself is going to be insanely crowded, like that section, because of how small it is.
Another interesting fact about the land, they say that if you have not entered where the floating mountain starts, that queue is a 4-hour queue.
Oh yeah, for the
and another 2 inside.
The flight of passage.
That's kind of like.
Yeah, flight of passage has the potential to be a very long queue. But it's a very interesting queue. Most of it's outside until you get to when you finally get inside, then it's air conditioned again. Because when you're outside, there's really no air conditioning. There's a lot of fans, but they don't have misters, so it's just fans.
Maybe they get misters.
Maybe they get misters. As for... Oh, so we did the drums. The drums were kind of cool. You got a bunch of people to hit the drums, and then, like, they make music. Like... Oh, you'll see. You probably did already. And they also said that entertainment is going to be taking over that drum section. So I guess there's going to be somebody on top of the big drum. But until then, we get to be the entertainment. So that's kind of cool. We saw the little alien creatures that shoot water out. It didn't shoot any at me. So we didn't really get wet. I was trying. We did our magic shots. So the magic shot, the one and only magic shot, is in front of the floating mountains. So you can see that. And what else? What else about Pandora? Oh, the shop. The shop has a lot of cool stuff. It made me want to buy everything in there. Like, they have these really cool, like, egg pod looking lights that I want. I got the ears, which you saw. The ears, actually, I thought they were rubber, but they're not. They're fabric. They're like soft.
By any chance, is their staff like an acorn staff?
It's not really like an acorn. It's a blue
Okay,
thing.
no, because they had the acorn staff where it just came from.
Oh,
I don't know what that was from.
I don't know about an acorn. Oh no, the acorn staff is something. But no, the staff that they have there, it's, I would say it's about 4 feet tall. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 3.5 feet tall.
So it's like a cane for the Navi.
Yeah, but the tail as well is also fabric. It's like the same fabric as the ears, but it's a little bit more sturdy. Well, Carol did the avatar, which is really cool. So you'll see her avatar and you'll see the whole process. And Joey Fatone was actually going right after she did. And I would never have noticed him if it wasn't for Carol, because I don't look at people when I'm in the parks.
Insert a picture here.
I can't insert pictures.
You can.
No, you can't. I can only insert videos. It's weird. Otherwise, I would be doing that.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, maybe it's an iMovie thing, like an iMovie phone thing. So we did the avatar thing. That was really fun. The whole experience.
We meet the guy from the radio station here?
Oh yes, we met Lou Mangello. He was from WDW Radio. He's really cool, and I noticed him by face. I saw him at the D23 convention too, but he was with his family, and they were super nice. Like, they were really sweet.
Yeah, we were talking about things, like regular stuff.
Yeah, like, they were so nice. And the family never went on the ride yet, and he did. So the kids are asking him questions and stuff, and he's like, I'm not telling you. And originally, when I saw him, I was like, okay, I think that's him. And I'm like, maybe I'll wait until I hear his voice. And as soon as I heard his voice, I knew who it was. Oh, did you see that?
What?
The bird just flew on top of the car.
Oh.
So yeah, so we saw 2 famous people, and apparently Jordan Fisher was at the park, and I didn't see him. You don't know who Jordan Fisher is?
No.
Jordan Fisher is the person who sings Happily Ever After.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then.
And he was in Liv and Maddie. He was in the
Oh,
Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
That's him?
Yeah.
I didn't know he's the one that sang, like, that was the same person.
Yeah, he sings the Happily Ever After song with that other girl that I don't know who
He
she
was a
is.
young kid from Living Maddie, right?
No, not the young kid.
The geeky looking
No,
one?
no, that's Joey. He was Liv's boyfriend in Liv and Maddie. Really sad that show ended. So that was our Pandora experience. It was so much fun. I am definitely excited to go back and see with the bioluminescence how the floors and stuff look. I actually have fast passes for the week it opens. So I'm really excited. Even if I'm there with a whole bunch of people, I don't care, because I just want to see the floors and the bioluminescence. I'm not really there to go on rides when I'm just kind of like hanging out, but I did get fast passes for Flight of Passage and Navi River Journey. Now I'm kind of like mad most of my fast passes are for Navi River Journey. So yeah, I don't want fast passes.
Maybe you thought we were going to be better. No.
Alrighty, you guys. Well, thank you for watching. Carol has to go home now.
Till
And
next
John's
time.
probably going to fall asleep again.
I'm not sleeping.
So next Pandora adventure, guys.
Yes, we'll see you. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.